Hello, guys. Good morning and good evening to all of you, depending on your time zone. I hope I am audible to you all. Let me start sharing my screen. Hope you all did some practice hands-on. If you have any question, queries, right, and then we can discuss. By I see your screenshot, Prasad, ready. By default, all the participants are on mute by default to maintain class decorum, right? Sometimes otherwise what happens, sometimes people do not mute themselves and from the background, some different noise, right? When disturbance comes. So that's the reason, right? To maintain the decorum in the class, right? So that you all participants can focus. Although there are a couple of Q&A rounds we do. If there is any question, right, we can discuss at that time. Or if any such question you have, Prasad, right now, on which you want to talk right now, I just asked you to unmute. Prasad, ready? Do you have anything? You sent a screenshot?
Hello. Sir, good morning, sir.
Yes.
Ajay, I already previously not mute the sir. Hello.
Yeah, but by default, everybody is on mute, right?
Okay.
During the
Okay.
Q&A rounds, during the
Okay.
question and answer round, then I will unmute you so that you can unmute
Okay.
yourself and ask your questions. Okay. By default, everybody is on to avoid the
Okay, sir.
unnecessary disturbance and you guys can
Okay,
focus.
sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. All right. Let me start sharing. Meanwhile, we were just waiting for all the other participants to join, and I see a couple of participants joined. Still, few participants didn't join yet, but we can get started on today's class agenda. All right. So yesterday we were learning about introduction to Power BI. And if I give a quick overview, what we did yesterday. Yesterday, we started learning about what is business intelligence, right? What is self-service business intelligence, and what is the importance of business intelligence, why companies are using BI tools. Then we were understanding what different tools we have in the market and how Power BI is gaining that popularity. What are the reasons of gaining the popularity? We discussed a couple of points yesterday, like Power BI is uh, as a affordable tool. It has lower upfront cost. It's not expensive like other tools. Power BI is easy to understand, easy to implement, quick to learn. Power BI has lots of features like integration of Power BI reports and other applications. It's being a Microsoft product, it's easy to integrate, right, with different tools. So like that, there are many reasons why Power BI is, becoming more and more popular. Then we started talking about what is the Power BI desktop, what is Power BI service, what is Power BI mobile app. Power BI desktop is mainly used by the content creators to create, to develop semantic models and reports. Remember all these things I told you yesterday. So I'm just quickly doing a quick recap. And you create the reports in Power BI Desktop. Once you create your model and report in Desktop, Power BI Desktop, then you publish that to Power BI Service. Power BI Service is a cloud instance, or we can say online version of Power BI, from where your content viewers can view, analyze the data, they can view the reports. Power BI service is, license-based a portal to access Power BI service. You or your users should have Power BI Pro or premium license. After that, we were talking some other components of Power BI, and then we were understanding the licensing part of Power BI. Right. So, and there were some other questions in between yesterday, those we discussed. Today we are going to uh, resume on module one. We had a few things left yesterday, so we will first complete those few things of module one, and then we will start in the module two. So there is a topic in module one called building blocks, right? So let's understand what are the building blocks of Power BI. When I say building blocks means these are the few terms, right? Or few keywords which we will be using very frequently in our day-to-day work or in our training sessions. So I want you to have a little bit awareness related to these terms. First of all, let's understand visualization. So these are the five building blocks or five terms which we use in our day-to-day work in Power BI. Visualization, data sets. Data set is now called as semantic model. Reports, dashboards, and tags. So visualization is nothing but a single visual. When you have a single chart added on a report, that will be called a visualization. And at the same time, let me just show this report directly to my Power BI so that you guys can relate my words when I say visualization or visual, what exactly it means. Okay, so let me just open my Power BI report for a moment. And I believe in case if anybody missed previous classes, you have checked out the recordings, right? So go through the recordings if anybody missed the classes and complete all the action items. Because I see few new names here. I doubt like you didn't join yesterday's class, I guess. Right. Is there anybody here who's joining this in first time? Is this first class? Yeah, yeah, that's what I was saying. Two new names. I see Deepak. So please have a look of the recording of the previous class, right? And I see few others. It's your first class. So recording is available in the MS portal, right? Please have a look of that, everyone. All right. So now I was explaining Power BI service. So in Power BI service, if I open any existing report, in that existing report, so first of all, we will be creating reports. Okay. Once we have the report, in one report, we will be having more than one visual. Okay. When I say one visual means I'm talking about any one chart. So I just opened this one report right now and data is getting loaded in this report. So when you say these small boxes here, so each of these boxes is called as a visualization, one single visual, correct? Now, one report may have multiple visualizations. You see this first one, then you can see another bar chart, you can see a column chart, area chart, a line chart. So each chart is called a visualization. Okay? Each chart is called a visualization, or in short, you can say a visual. I hope you can relate this. So visualization is a single chart. Then next is called data set or semantic model. Semantic model is whatever the data you see in these visuals are coming here, all this data is coming from a semantic model or a data set, right? So behind this report, there is a data set. Behind this report, there is a data set, and all this data is appearing in this report from that data set or from that semantic model, correct? So data set is nothing but a collection of the data which feeds data or which feeds information to your visualizations. Next is called reports. Reports, nothing but a collection of the visuals. You see, when you put multiple visuals together on a page and you create multiple pages, like I have a summary page, details page, top 10 customers, sales on map, right? All these are the pages. Collection of pages and visuals called a report. So one report may have multiple pages and each page may have multiple visuals. Correct. So that's what I'm saying here is your report. Clear? Next is called a dashboard. Now you will say, is dashboard and report a different thing? Yes, there's a difference between the report and the dashboard. When you see a report, right? This one report is, let's say, a sales report. But we, similar to this, let's say we have a few other reports created, and these all reports are going to be, going to senior leadership level. But I do not want to ask my users or my senior leadership to open 10 different reports to find the information. Like all this report, all this data is in different report. Let's say some reports we have in this folder, some reports we have in this folder, some reports we have in this folder. For for your senior leadership or for your business stakeholders, it would be difficult to remember, go to different folders and find that information in different reports. So what we can do, we can create a consolidated view, and this consolidated view called a dashboard. We can pull some of the visuals from this report, some visuals from this report, and some visuals from this report, depending on the user requirements, right? So when you are consolidating the visuals from different reports on a single page, that single page called a dashboard. So this is my dashboard now. This is dashboard. So dashboard is having the information of multiple reports. Got the point? And when you add a visual in one dashboard, let's say you added this particular visual in this dashboard, and this visual is coming from this report. So this visual will be called a tile. Correct? So visualization and tile is pretty much the same thing. But when you have that visual added inside the dashboard, you will call it tile. And when you have that visual in a report, that will be called a visualization. Correct? So dashboard is a combination of the visuals coming from different reports. And in the dashboard, when you have a chart, let's say this is one tile, this is another tile, this is another tile. So this way you may have multiple tiles on one dashboard. Got it? So these are the terms which we need to remember, we need to use going forward in our day-to-day work in our training sessions. Right? So I hope you understood this. So dashboards are available only in the Power BI service. When we create visualization datasets reports, we can create in the Power BI desktop, but dashboards and tiles belongs to the Power BI service. Clear? And here, Dia, it answers your question as well. Clear? Reports are also prepared in Power BI. That's what I'm saying. Reports, data sets, visualizations, we create all these in the Power BI desktop. But dashboards and tiles we create in the Power BI service. Manish, hope it answers your question as well. Correct? All right. Now, this was just, a basic information for us to know, right? Because if we won't have the idea of all the terminologies, then it would be difficult for us to catch all upcoming discussions. Now, the next thing is, here we complete this module 1, and we are going to start on the module 2 now. Let me just quickly share it once again. What did we talk in the module 1? So the summary of module 1 is we discussed business intelligence with multiple examples, with multiple diagrams. In business intelligence, we were talking about the data analyst and data engineer role as well. Yesterday, we were discussing this. Then we understood the importance or the need for the BI tools. BI tools are needed for quicker and improved decision making. With the help of BI tools, information or data reports sharing becomes easy. With the help of BI tool, you can eliminate all the Excel manual dependencies, and to some extent, you can automate the whole reporting process in your company. We were talking about Power BI, what Power BI is, when the Power BI was launched by Microsoft, and how Power BI having multiple components. We were talking about the flow of work, like we use Power BI Desktop to develop the content and Power BI Service or Power BI mobile app to view the content. Power BI Service is licensed based. Power BI Desktop is free. And we were talking about the building blocks of Power BI. So this is a quick summary of module 1. Now, I believe you all have got the high level or the basic understanding of all the fundamentals we discussed. If anybody having any question here related to the module 1, just let me know. Any question related to the things what we have discussed so far. Just unmute yourself and ask question related to module 1. All good?
Sir, hello sir, Manish this side. I have a doubt in tiles and dashboard.
Yes.
What is the difference between them? And business intelligence, I think it's a
Okay.
type
Dashboard.
of. Mhm.
Business
Yeah.
intelligence is a technology. In this
Mhm.
technology, we have multiple tools. One of the tool is Power BI.
Okay. And
Right?
tiles and dashboard difference
And
between them.
mhm. So dashboard is a collection of the visuals from multiple reports. For example, like I would say, for example, you created a sales report. I created a shipment report. Right? Now, sales vice president wants the access of these two reports. But sales VP says, I don't want to access two, three different reports. It's difficult for me to do multiple clicks or to go to different folders. Can you just give me a single page summary? Right? So in such cases, we create a dashboard where I will add some of the key information of the shipment report. You will add key information of the sales report, right? And we will have a consolidated page that is called a dashboard. So it becomes easy for our business users to see the information or the the visuals, multiple reports as a single page. It's kind of just one page PPT. Okay. So in that dashboard, whatever the visuals we add, those are called tiles. Clear,
Okay. Okay.
Manish?
Yeah.
Okay, here Shiva.
Yeah.
The thing is, while creating dashboard, are
Mhm.
you saying that multiple reports we can bring that to different visualizations and a single page?
Mhm.
But these reports are pointing to same semantic model or different semantic models?
These may point to different semantic models also. Depends on the
Okay,
requirements.
okay, got it.
Shivani, I explained the tiles again. I saw questions, so hope you got the answer of this.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
So these dashboards are the snapshots or the
These
refreshed
are
version?
real, these are refreshable versions, right? The data and everything will be dynamically changing. Data will refresh, update, right? So these are dynamic.
Can you once explain about semantic model?
Semantic model. Let's say you have some data, right? And I'm trying to explain everything in a very simple layman way, right? Because when we will be starting doing all these things practically today onwards, you will have better understanding. So semantic model is nothing but like whatever the data you are loading inside the Power BI, you are writing your business logics, mathematical calculations, creating some relation joins between the tables, between the data. That is called a semantic model. So let's say your sales data is coming from a SQL database. Your sales plan data is in Excel. You are loading all this data into Power BI, doing some data cleanup, writing some calculations and all, and that final data which resides in Power BI called a semantic model. On top of the semantic model, then we start creating our visuals. Make sense?
Yes.
All right, good. So now for you guys, the homework is there is a quiz one inside the module one. So you need to just go through to that, okay, and complete it as soon as you can. Shankar, a license will be given to you. Did you join yesterday's class? I mentioned Power BI service needs a license, but you don't need to worry. License, student license or a trial license will be given to everybody in the upcoming classes. So you will be able to practice on the dashboards and on all Power BI service features. Right. Sorry, it's Shana. Shana, is it clear now? The licenses will be required. Okay. Now, you need to work on module 1 quiz, guys. Whenever you have time, just go through the recording, go through
Sir?
go through to the presentation of the module 1. Yes.
Sir, sorry, I joined late. Can you tell what has happened so far?
So for that, in last 20 minutes, we covered about, I gave a quick summary of the module 1, which we discussed all the topics we discussed yesterday, and we discussed about the building blocks concept. Okay, and I was showing like how these building blocks looks like in the Power BI service, so the debates can relate, and then we are having a Q&A round. So that's what we did in the last 20 minutes. Right, for the detailed understanding, check out the recording, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and the homework here I'm sending to you all, guys. You will have to do it in another next few days, right? So quiz 1, I sent you on. Here we complete module 1, which was just the introduction of BI. All right, so I believe you all have completed the installation of the Power BI desktop and downloading the sample data sets and all, right? We did this in the first and the second class. So I believe everybody's ready from this point. If in case you didn't download, you didn't, install the Power Desktop and all, then please try to do it after the class. These quiz, you need to do it maybe tomorrow, today after tomorrow, whenever you have time, Shivan, right? Next to the quiz, you will be seeing there's a due date given. So try to complete that, okay, before that due date. So if you guys are going to the quiz.
Sir, it completed, sir. Already PG is completed,
date.
sir. Hello?
Yes.
PG is completed, sir, already. Yesterday I completed the PG, sir.
That's fine. I'm generic. My question or not is general to everybody, not a specific value somebody. If you complete it, good. If not complete, then that is the next thing for you to do. So everybody,
Okay,
try.
sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now we are starting on the module 2. Module 2 is Power BI desktop and the data transformation. Manish Kumar Ojha, do you have any question?
Simple single question. Power BI service is only online or is it offline both? Power BI service.
Online only.
Online only. Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi,
so
Priyank.
now.
Sorry, I have a question.
Yes.
Are the slides that you just
Yes.
showed, are they downloadable?
No. You can view them in the LMS. You can't download.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. All right. So now we are going to start on module 2, which is Power BI desktop and the data transformations. In this, we are going to use Power BI desktop and we'll try to understand how Power BI looks like and how it works. Correct. So all of you, please open your Power BI desktop, and those who are comfortable to do the practice side by side, you can do it. Or if you feel that you want to do the practice later, which is good as well. Okay. So it's up to individuals' speed, or it depends on your, machine or your laptop's speed also. If you feel your laptop is slow, you won't be able to do the things side by side, then please don't do now, do it later. Or if you feel your laptop is fast, you can do everything on the screen, follow the steps, then fine, you can do it. So I will show all these things on my screen first, and then I'll give you 30 seconds to do the same thing at your machine, right? When you will be doing the similar things, you will be practicing along with me, then you will have better understanding of these. So initially we will be doing this way. I will be holding your hands, I will show, and then you will just do the same thing. But gradually I will, I will start leaving your hands, and my focus would be on you start doing these things by your own. So my goal here is to first hold your hand and gradually leaving your hands, and then after a few sessions, you will become gradually an independent developer. That's the agenda. Okay. But for this, a lot of practice needed from your side. Okay, every day. So open Power BI desktop, everybody, those who have it installed. If anybody doesn't have Power BI desktop, didn't install it, then please check out the recording of the module 1 of the session 1. I'm opening Power BI desktop, and it is always recommended to have the latest version of the Power BI desktop. If you have a latest version, perfect. If you have older version, fine, you can use it, but some of the features may not be available if you are using an old version, right? So recommendation is go with the latest version. And how do you check which version we are using? After opening the Power BI desktop, and when you open the Power BI desktop, if it is asking for any sign in, sign up, then you can just close that window, no sign up. Okay. Check the version, you can go to the help ribbon in Power BI desktop, and there is a about button. You have this about, and here you can check out this May 2025, right? This is the version name here, right? So May 25 is the latest version of the Power BI desktop. Every month, Microsoft release a new version. Okay. So Power BI desktop is now ready. And let's try to understand the data first. So we have downloaded the data sets. So if I go to the data sets folder, go to the downloads. In previous classes, I shared the dataset folder, guys, with you, and the dataset folder is attached in your module 2. If you scroll it all the way down, you will see here we have in-class hands-on datasets. So you can download this one from here and unzip the folder. I believe you have already done this activity in the previous classes. I have this dataset folder here, and if I go to the dataset folder, inside this dataset folder, we have a couple of Excel, couple of files here. So the very first thing is understand the data, right? If you will have a better understanding on data, then you will be able to do all these things very smoothly. If you do not have a good understanding of data, you don't know how the data is flowing, how the data is connected, if you don't understand the key columns or the key information of your data, then it's tough for you to work in Power BI or to do any kind of data analysis. So before you do any analysis or before you create any insights on the data, you must have a good knowledge of the data. Correct? So that's going to be the number one thing. And there will be a couple of things where you will be feeling like, how would we decide that this has to be done, right? And the answer is depending on your data knowledge. So data knowledge is something when you are joining in a company or you are starting in a new Power BI project, you should start having a look of data, build your understanding, right? Ask somebody in your company, your seniors, your colleagues, your business users, like where the data is, what kind of data it is, how the data is related. If you have any question related to data, then first clear those questions. So let's have a look of this data. We are going to use this data, first of all, Global Superstore 2016, right? This Excel workbook. Let's open this Excel, and in this Excel, we have some of the data. All of you, please open this Excel workbook, Global Superstore 2016, in this datasets folder. Then you will see this Excel workbook having these three sheets: orders, returns, and people. Correct. Now, I give you 30 seconds here to have a look of the data, try to understand what kind of data it looks to you, and what are the discrepancies or what are the issues you notice in this data, right? So just for your own understanding, just try to understand what data it is, what kind of the issues you notice. Everyone, have a look of this data. Try to have a quick look of all the columns quickly, just to scan this, what kind of column, what kind of data we have, and just try to think like what kind of data it looks to you. Everyone. And while you are reviewing this data, do you notice any issues, any uh, kind of challenges with this data that this is not good, this should not be there, something like this? All right, so I think you all had a quick look of this. Deepak Chaudhary, these data sets are attached into the LMS portal under module 2. Okay, but in case if anybody not able to find it, I sent it in the previous classes also, and I can send it once again here into the chat. You can download it from the chat. I'm uploading it. All right, so a few of you are saying that there are some issues in the data, like postal code is having some of the missing values. And there are some, extra columns like testing columns at the end, which seems like useless columns, right? Correct. Good findings, right? So first of all, what data it is? It's a e-commerce sales data, correct? You can say where you have the different orders, these orders placed by the customers, and these orders placed by customers for different products. Like somebody's ordering this product, somebody's ordering this product, and these all products belongs to different categories and subcategories. Then we have some of the information here for these products, like what was the product unit price, how many quantities were ordered, and we have some of the dummy columns here at the end, like testing, testing 2, testing 3. These all are the dummy or useless columns, right, or extra columns, which is clearly appearing that these columns are not useful. So sometimes you may have a lot of extra columns in your data. Other than this, I'm noticing one more thing, and what you guys were also saying, we have a postal code column, and this postal code column having lots of null data here, lots of blank missing values. Correct. If I go to the returns table contains all the orders returned from different regions. So these all orders have been returned from these regions. Then for next table and people table, we have the data of the regions. So for these regions, we have these different person names available here. Correct. So these are the different persons, right? Leading, or you can say regional heads, right? Who is taking care of all the business of these regions. Very first time when you are understanding the data, you may have some questions. If these kind of question comes, then try to clear these questions with your business users or with your team members or with your business analyst if you are working with them. First of all, you should understand the data that we just did right now. We have a little bit understanding on this data now. So let's try to load this data in Power BI and let's do some data cleanup. Like there were some blanks coming, some extra columns coming. Let's try to do these kind of data cleanup in Power BI. Okay, so let's go to the Power BI desktop now. First of all, the Excel which you are trying to load in Power BI desktop, that should be closed. That file which you want to load in Power BI, that should not remain open. Otherwise, Power BI may throw an error saying that this file is already in use in the other processes. So close that file which you want to load. So we had an understanding of the data first thing. Now let's try to make this connection to Power BI and load this Excel data. So I'm inside the Power BI desktop now. In Power BI desktop, to load Excel data, you have some of the shortcuts available here, right? So Deepta, you got a June 25, which is maybe a day before yesterday or yesterday only they released it, right? But if you have June or May version, which is fine, okay? If somebody is installing it today only, then you will get June. If day before yesterday, it was May, right? So Microsoft recently pushed the latest version. So May or June is fine. Correct. Now in Power BI Desktop, you have some of the, the shortcuts here. You can click on this to import the data from Excel, or you have that shortcut available here to import the data from Excel. But these are, this is, just to load the data specifically from Excel. But if you want to see a complete list of all the supported data sources or for all the supported data connectors, then you can go to the get data. Under get data, if you click on the drop down, you will see this quick list. This list is a predefined list Microsoft is giving you, means these are the commonly used data sources as per Microsoft. So they just made this list available here. You can't modify this list, but if you want to see all the supported connectors or all the supported data sources available in Power BI, you can go to more button. And from this more, you will see hundreds of data sources. So these all are the different source data connectors available from where you can load the data. You can load data from databases, files, Excel, CSV, cloud data sources, third-party tools, right? Long list you have here, correct? And all these databases, all these data sources are, categorized in different categories like files, all the databases, and so on, correct? You have a search box option here if you are wondering that is this data set available in Power BI? Is this data source available in Power BI? Is that data source available in Power BI? Then you can go to this search option here and just search. Let's say your question is, can we connect Power BI with the CSV files? Just go here and search CSV. And there you go. Yes, CSV is there. Can we connect Power BI with the MySQL? Just go here and search MySQL. Yes, it's there. So whatever the data source used in your company, you go here and search and you will find the details. So pretty much all the commonly used data sources are available. For now, we are selecting Excel option here because we want to load data from that Excel. Okay. So select this Excel workbook and connect. Now you need to select your Excel wherever the Excel file was saved and make sure that you have that folder unzipped. So I have that dataset unzipped folder right inside my dataset folder. And inside this, I was having this Excel file, Global Superstore 2016, right? So let's select this file and click on open. Now Power BI Desktop will try to establish a connection with that Excel file. It will take a few seconds here. Once the connection is successfully established, then you will see a screen called Navigator like this. Right? You will see a screen like this Navigator. This Navigator screen means your connection with the source is successful. Now you can select a table. When I say select, just click on the name of the table. You click on the orders. You will see a preview of the data. This is just to give you a high-level overview, like what kind of the data we have in this and how data looks like. Right? It's just a preview, not the whole data. Now, here you need to decide, depending on your requirements, that do you want to load all the tables or do you want to load only the selected tables? So let's say we want to use all the tables here. So click on the checkbox for the tables for the data you want. So I'm selecting orders, people, returns, click on all these checkboxes. And here you decide, is this data all 100% clean? No, this was not clean. There were some issues in the postal code column. There were some blank values coming, right? So here you make that decision that if data is 100% clean, no data transformation needed, then you can load it to Power BI Desktop. But if you feel that there is some data transformation needed, like in our case, we need to transform the data. We need to clean up this data. So we need to go to the transform data button, right? I repeat here, if you are getting 100% clean, perfect data, you can directly load it to Power BI Desktop. But if your data requires some data transformation, data cleaning first, then you should click on the transform data. And when you click on the transform data, your data will get loaded in a Power Query Editor window. So click on the transform data, everyone. When we click on transform data, data will be loaded in Power Query Editor. This Power Query Editor window is used for different type of data transformations we can do. I didn't click, I'm clicking now. I saw Manish, you were saying, right? Before I click, I explain, okay? So if you are thinking that it's not changing, I explain first and then I click. And whenever I'll be clicking, you will see this red color bubble. Do you notice this? Do you notice this red color circle coming? This means click. If I'm just keeping cursor here means I'm just explaining something, not clicking anywhere. When I click, this red bubble will appear so that it becomes easy for you to understand. Right, Manish? Clear? Got it? Good. It's got this data loaded into the Power Query Editor. And this is a separate window. If you see here in the Power BI Desktop taskbar, you have two windows open right now. Just read the name of each window. See, Power BI Desktop, and another is Power Query Editor. So Power Query Editor is an inbuilt tool or inbuilt window of Power BI Desktop. This Power Query Editor is very similar like Excel Power Query. This Power Query is mainly used for the data transformation purpose. Whatever data cleaning, data transformation you want, you do all that here in this screen. And after cleaning all this data from Power Query Editor, then you will load this to Power BI Desktop. That's how we work. I repeat, when you load the data from the data source, first time that will come to Power Query. You will check this data, clean this data, and then you will load it to Power BI Desktop. After loading the data in Power BI Desktop, you realize, oh, I want to make some more data transformation. And no problem. You can take this data from Power BI Desktop to Power Query Editor again for further data transformation, right? So you can do back and forth between these two screens for data transformation purpose. Okay. So for now, we have this Power Query Editor screen open here. You can see the name on top as well. In this Power Query Editor, you have your three tables called queries here. So these are the three tables here. There is a message you see, the preview may be old for it or a days old refresh. So you can ignore this. If I hit the refresh, it will go away. This just tells me like how, I mean, if you load this data previously, then how old this refresh copy was. Then you see on top, we have multiple menu item, multiple ribbons. Under each ribbon, you have multiple items. We will be covering most of the commonly used items here. On the right side of the screen, you see there is a query settings and you see some of the steps. When you load the data in Power Query Editor, these steps will appear here automatically. Power BI will do these transformations and these steps will be added here. You can edit, delete these steps here. I will explain. In case by mistake you closed this query settings, like you clicked on the cross button and you closed it. Now, how will you get back that query settings? To get that query settings back, you need to go to View ribbon first. Under the View ribbon, you have query settings. Enable query settings from here, and you will get your query settings window back. Got the point? Good. Aditya says your data is loaded in the desktop only. So I think you clicked on the load button, not the transform button. One request is when I'm explaining, showing something, please do all the clicks with me. First, let me click and then you will do that. Okay. Not like you clicked somewhere first and then you go in a different direction. I'm going in a different direction. So let's avoid these kind of things going forward. Let me click or let me do those actions first, and then I'll give you guys to, go ahead to do that thing at your side as well. Right. All right. So in that case, Aditya, just close that PBIX file quickly, okay, and load the data again. Close it without saving and then do it again. And this time click on the transform data button, please. Okay. All right. So now in this Power Query Editor, we have all these tables coming here. Let's go to the orders table first of all. Click on the orders table. Now in orders table, you have all your columns appearing. Okay. Now on top of your columns, you will see before the column names, you see there is an icon appearing 1, 2, 3. Here on the next column, you see it's showing ABC, and next it is showing a calendar icon. So basically it's showing you the data type of the column. Data type of the column means what kind of the data these column contains. So this row ID contains all the whole number data. If you click on this 1, 2, 3, you will see information of the data type. 1, 2, 3 means whole number. ABC means a text. Or you can see this data type, selecting this option under the home ribbon. You can see you have an option here to see data type is whole number right now. Correct? So all the details you get from here. Now, Below the column names, you see there is a green line, right? This green line is column profiling. If you hover on this green line, you see there is some information coming. It says that you have 100% valid data in this column, 0% errors, 0% empty. This gives you a quick overview of the data quality in the column. Now it becomes easy for you to just look at the color of the line and scroll it. When I scroll it, looking at the line color, I noticed that postal code column has a line, but most of the portion of this line is black. And when I hover on this, it shows like it has 19% valid data and 81% is empty. 81% data is missing in this column. So it gives you this quick information here. And this column profiling, what you see here, this is by default appearing here as a based on the 1,000 rows, considering the performance of the data of your machine. But if you want column profiling, you can change from here. You can change it to entire data set. But generally, we avoid using the entire data set. Otherwise, it will take some more time to show this. So based on the top 1,000 rows, we decided we got to know there are some blanks in the postal code column, right? Now, in this postal code column, whatever the blanks we have, we want to replace these nulls. I ask you, what is the data type of the postal code column? Data type of the postal code column is 1 to 3. 1 to 3 means what? Click here. 1 to 3 means a whole number. That means this column can take only whole number or integer values. I cannot insert or add a text value here because of the column data type. Text can accept the number, but number cannot accept the text. Okay. So if the data type is whole number, then I will have to, first change the data type. I want to replace these nulls by NA or not available or whatever the, the keyword you want. So data type is number. Let me change it to text. So first I'll change and then I'll ask you. So I click on this 1 to 3. From number, I make it to text ABC. When I add this, it is asking that, do you want to add a new step for this data type or replace the existing one? No, I add a new step. So click on add a new step. And you have added a new step here for changing the data type. And the data type of the column has been changed. From number, we made it text. So all of you just change the data type from number to text. So whenever needed, you can change the data types of these columns depending on the requirements. Although when you load the data in Power Query, Power BI detects the data types automatically. In most of the cases, Power BI will detect it correctly, but if you want, you can change it also depending on your need, like we are changing now. All right. Good. Now, we change the data type. It means this column is now ready to accept the text values. So how do we insert the text values in this? I want to replace all the nulls by NA, right? So right click on the column header, right? On its header on the column name, right? Click here and you will see multiple options coming. Which operation you want to perform? I want to perform replace values. Replace value. So let's replace the values. Click on this replace value. And it is asking that which value you want to replace. So let's find null and it's case sensitive. Please write the value here, same as you see here, not like you are writing it into the capitals like this. No, write it exact in the same, I would say same case as you see it in your data. So I want to replace null with which value? With, let's say, n/a, not available. Okay, or whatever the text you want. And just click OK here. So right click on the postal code, replace values, and click OK. So now what happened, wherever we were having nulls, all those nulls have been replaced by NA now. And if you notice, the line color is also changed to green. There is no null now because all the nulls we have replaced with some other meaningful value. And for this, we have got a new step added here, replaced value. Right? I give you a few seconds for this to do. So right click on the postal code column and replace values. And now this column will accept these text or the string values because of the data type the column is text. I believe you all have changed this one. But whatever the transformation of the data we have right now, this is all just residing into the Power Query Editor. We haven't loaded this data yet to Power BI desktop, right? So we want this data to load from Power Query Editor to Power BI desktop. Although we have few more transformations to do, which we can do maybe after some time. Let's load this data for now, and we will get back to the transformation to this window again. To load this data in Power BI desktop, you need to click on close and apply button, right? Here you can't save your changes. What data you see in the Power Query Editor, it's just a temporary view, right? It's all the data what you see right now. This is just staged, or this is just, occupying some of the RAM of your machine. It's not saved anywhere. You can't save the data in the Power Query. After doing some operations in Power Query Editor, you will have to load it into the desktop. Means you are doing all the transformation here, but you can't save anything here. You will have to load this data to desktop, and in desktop you can save this. Make sense? So let's load it into the Power BI desktop. To load that, under the home ribbon, you have close and apply button. Under the home ribbon, close and apply button. So click on this under home ribbon, close and apply, and your data will start loading to Power BI desktop. Click on close and apply. Click on the close and apply button under the home ribbon, and your data will start loading to Power BI desktop. It will take just few seconds depending on machine performance, depending on the size of the data. And once the data has been loaded into the Power BI desktop, in the data pane, you will see the tables. So you have loaded your data from Power Query Editor to Power BI desktop. I hope it is done. All right, good. Now the data what you have loaded here in the Power BI desktop, now you can save this. But before you save it, in case if you want to just have a look of this data, for that, you need to go to this table view. Here you see this button, table view. You need to go to the table view to view this data into the tabular format. Whatever the data you have loaded, you need to go to the table view. And in the table view, you can see the data. You can click on the people table to see it. Go to the returns, you can see it. While I'm going to people and returns, I noticed that my column headers are properly appearing here. It means these table or this data also needs some data transformation, some cleaning. Fine, we will do that. So we got this data loaded in the Power BI desktop, and we can review it here. But before I do any other new thing here, or before I do further data transformation, good habit is always save this work, save data, right? So how do we save it? Same way like you save the other files and other things. Go to the file menu and save as. Save as to your device. Go to file menu, save as, and browse this device, or you can press shortcut Control S. Browse this device and go to the folder somewhere and save it. So I'm going to create a new folder here, and in this folder only I will be saving all the files going forward. Maybe you can also do the same thing. Just create one folder and keep saving all the files there only. So I created a new folder, and in this folder I will be saving the files. So The name of the file is whatever the name you want, you can define here. Let's call it Excel demo Excel data source. Okay. And this file will be saved as .pbix file. Like Excel files are having the file extension .xlsx, text files are saved as .txt, and Power BI desktop files saved as .pbix. Clear? So let's click on the save button. And now my report, my data has been saved in my folder. If I go to the folder where I saved it, in this folder, I have saved this file. So this is a Power BI desktop file. This file you can open only and only in the Power BI desktop. So if you want to open this PBX file, you must have Power BI desktop. Okay. All right. So far, so good. Just started with the basic things. If any is getting any error, I'll discuss with you guys. I see some of you getting an error. Maybe you are getting this. Okay. So we just had a basic thing right now, how to load Excel data, do some transformation in Power Query, load it to desktop and save it as a PBX file. I hope this is clear to everyone. Related to this thing, what I explained just now, if you have any question, let me know. If your question is related to some other things which I haven't talked yet, I haven't shown you yet, please hold on those questions. Those questions for sure will get answered or will be taken later. Anybody having any confusion in this process, which I was just explaining right now, just feel free to unmute yourself and ask. Just unmute and you can ask. I saw, Mohammed, you fixed the error. You were having some issue, you fixed that, so that is good. Okay, sorry, try now unmuting yourself if anybody having any question. Just a second, give me a moment, guys. There is something. Are you able to unmute yourself? Try once.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes,
we were.
you are.
Mayank, I have.
Okay, thank you. So,
Yeah, I'm
My-
getting class not registered error, Mayank. I'm not sure why I'm getting that.
yeah, so I doubt that you don't. 2-3 things you need to check in this case, right? When you say this not registered kind of error, thing to check is make sure your Windows is up to date. Number one thing. Sometimes what I noticed, if the Windows are not up to date, then some of the files or some of the issues comes, right, due to some the latest or old Windows updates. So number one thing is check your Windows is up to date. If not, please update the Windows. Second thing, you should have a latest Excel version, 365, Microsoft 365 Excel. If you are using old Excel versions like Excel 2013, Excel 2016, those are not supported. Those will give the error. So maybe you need to upgrade or update your Excel version also, right? Two things, two solutions. Third solution is maybe while you installed Power BI Desktop, that time it could not install all the libraries successfully. So just as a last option, uninstall the Power BI Desktop and try the installation again. Right. So in this sequence, please try to do these and your error will be fixed. Number one, Windows update. Number two, Excel update. Number three, the reinstallation of Power BI Desktop. Hope it's clear.
Yeah.
Mayank, as per me, one more error, I think, in the returns file, the quantity is not written.
So there is no error in this.
Not error,
Right.
as we are analyzing, if there is any, in the data is anything missing. As per me, am I right or no?
Yeah, so we have that information, right? Where? Let me show you. Let me just show you. I copy this particular value, this order ID I copied from this table. Now I'll go to the original orders table and I will try to search that order, that what was the returned items. So I select this. So this is the order which has been returned And now this row has all the details, like there were 3 quantities. So you have the data, but maybe not in that table. Data is in the another connected table. That's what called data understanding. I knew this data, that's why I was able to answer it, right? You are new to this data, that's why it will take some time for you to get habitual to this data. And that is same case when you will be working in your official projects and your actual projects. So better understanding of the data if you have, then everything is easy. Most of the time we struggle because of the the lack of understanding of the data, right? So any of the person who understand data, who understand business process better, can do data analysis better. Simply, clear?
Thank you.
Yeah, Mayank, we only replaced null with n by a, but when you go to orders and see postal code, everything is n by n.
Sir, if you scroll it down a lot, you will see the value, right?
Yeah, but in the table we have some values on the top only.
So this data is just sorted maybe because 81% data was blank. So that's why you see most of the NA because 81% is having NA. Only 20% rows are having the values. So if you scroll it all the way down, you will see values are there. Some rows are having, some not rows, some rows not having, right? So it's just a matter of, scrolling down and you will see all the values are appearing.
In table at the top, we can see some values, but here in Power Query, the values are all down
In
and
Power
n by a
BI,
they were up.
in Power Query, you see the data. You do not see the whole data. You see just piece of data. Correct? In Power Query, you will see only 1,000 rows, very small piece of the data. It will not, in Power Query, you will not see all the millions of rows, right? That is just a preview of the data. On that preview, you are doing all your transformations and all. When you load the data in the Power BI Desktop, at that time, the actual all number of rows, all data will be loaded to Power BI Desktop. Clear?
Yeah, Mayank, where can I restrict that data while loading? I didn't want to all the million rows. I need to restrict the
We
data.
will learn those things. I park this question will get discussed in upcoming classes. Any other question, guys, from anyone else? Just
Sir,
unmute
from
and
my
ask.
side. Yeah. So my question is that suppose we have uploaded the data, right? And in some cases, like row ID has been converted into some another type of ID, like we can say employee ID or order ID 2 or some another name with the column header name has been changed. Will the Power BI will able to understand the header name or column name changes so that can be refreshed automatically, or do we need to do anything over there?
Good question. If you are changing something in your data source, then the same change you will have to do in the Power BI also. Power BI will not know what change you made. You change the column name, you change the file name, file path, that won't be synced in Power BI automatically. You will have to do that. How? I have a plan. I'll show with an example.
Hello, Mayank. Hi, can you hear me? Yeah,
Yes.
so my question is, after loading the data into Power BI and transforming it, is there a way you can go back to that section where you want to transform your data again? Or do you
Of
have to
course, we
do
will go
all
back.
of it?
We will go back.
So
Give
can you,
me another few minutes. Of course, I'll show. I said if something I showed in the last 20, 30 minutes in this, questions related to this, right? Other questions related to any such thing which I didn't share, I didn't explain, please hold on these questions. These will get answered automatically, correct? I want to address first questions related to the clicks or the things what I did right now.
yeah, so the postal code you see that I forgot to filter that. So that's, and I clicked on transform data already. So I just wanted to, undo it.
Are you
So I
saying
just wanted to,
you forgot to replace?
sorry?
Oh, you apply filter on the postal code.
No, I haven't applied.
Okay, so to go to Power Query Editor, under the home ribbon, you have an option called transform. So click on this transform data and you will be able to Power Query it. And the same question, Mohammed Ank, right? From the start,
No, I missed all my class.
transform data. Click, will be loaded, having this data back to Power Query Editor.
Hey, Mayank, your
Right? And
voice
now
is
you can
breaking.
replace. Okay, give me a moment.
Also, your screen is lagging as well. I can't see if you're doing anything on your screen.
Okay, give me a second.
No worries.
All right, how about now?
Sorted.
Okay, so to answer your question, for replacing, the postal code, you need to right click here on the postal code column on the header. And then there is an option replace values. Clear?
Yes, man. Thank you.
Any other question, guys, here related to things what
Yeah,
we did right now?
Yeah,
Mayank,
Mayank.
I have a question here. When I was hovering on the, postal code, the summarized version, it was not displaying.
This one, just not on the column below is a green line. You see, just hover on the green line, and then this
Okay, on the
information will
green
appear.
line. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, Mayank, this side Abhijit. Actually, I loaded all the data like what you said, like changing the null values and replacing the NA. After
Okay.
loading to the Power BI, if I click on that right, like orders, people, and return, I cannot see the table.
For that, you need to click on the table view here. Right? If you want to see the tabular view of this data, go to the table view. Click on this button.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Yeah, good.
Mayank,
So yes.
I have a question. I uploaded everything, and after transforming the data from Power Query to Power BI, I see the sorting order has been changed. Some of the things has been
Okay.
sorted.
Sorry to interrupt. We'll discuss the sorting and all, right?
Okay.
I will show how sorting and all, right? How it matters, how it doesn't matter, how to change the sorting, sequencing, right? We'll come on these cases, yes.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
So can I say everything is good so far? Whatever I explained, are we good to see the next steps?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, let's have a quick break here. Okay. And after this quick break, we will be exploring more in the Power Query Editor. No rush, right? And I'm happy to repeat the things a couple of times because for you, the most critical and important thing is these initial modules. If we rush the things in the initial modules, then our upcoming modules or upcoming topics, right, will not be clear. So I want you all to understand each and everything properly, right? So we have again mentioning, we have a lot of time. We have everything, all modules planned in a way that initial modules are little lengthy, time consuming, and the modules after 6 are shorter modules, right? Small modules, correct? So please make sure, don't hesitate asking the questions. You ask questions and it's my responsibility to make it clear to answer it, okay? But you should ask questions, that is your responsibility, correct? Let's go for a quick break, and after the break, we'll discuss the other things. Yeah, thank you. Hello guys, welcome back after the break. I hope all of you joined back. We can continue. Yes. All right. So now we will be loading this data again to Power Query Editor. And let me show again how we load this. So we loaded this data into Power BI desktop, correct? Now we want this data back to Power Query Editor. So for that, you have an option here called Transform Data. Right now I'm in Power BI desktop screen. Under the home ribbon, we have this Power Query Editor. When this transform data, when you hit this button, or if you see there is a drop down also, if you click on drop down, then you will see the additional buttons or additional options available along with transform data. So you can choose transform data from here also, or you can click directly on the icon for transform data. When you click on this, it will take your data back to Power Query Editor. And in Power Query Editor, you can do your further data transformation if something is needed, correct? So the question here you may ask is, how will we decide that what transformation needed, right? Well, it will purely depend on your requirements and on the data quality. When we work in our project, sometimes data will be in a perfect shape. So you will have to put less efforts on the data transformation side. If your data is not clean, data is having lots of manual issues, or a lot of another problems, then you will have to spend some efforts to clean this data first in the Power Query Editor. So it will purely depend data to data, requirement to requirement, correct? Now, if I go to the returns table in Power Query Editor, in returns table, I didn't get the column headers here properly. Column names are not appearing. Sometimes due to Excel formatting reasons, your Power Query cannot detect the column headers properly. So in such cases, if your column header is there, but which is in the first row, and I want to promote this first row to the column header, these are the column names: returned, order ID, region. I want to promote this first row. I want to move this first row as a column header, correct? So what we do in this case, if you are getting any such problem with your data, then you will have to use this option, use first row of your data as a header, correct? So let's click on this button once. And you will notice the first row has been promoted to the header, right? Don't click on it on this button twice. If you click on it again, then the next row is this will become the header. If I click, this became header now, which is wrong. So let me undo this step till I get my data back to the original position. Delete the promoted step, these two steps, and I got this data back to the original state. So the steps which you are adding here, these you can delete to undo any operation, to undo any transformation. You don't have the shortcut options here like press Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. Those won't work. You can undo by just clicking on this. One more thing, this change data type step you see, this is an auto step added by Power BI. Power BI will automatically sense, is there a change for changing data type, and it will automatically change that. If somewhere needed to change data type, you can do it by your own, like we did for the postal code column previously. So we promoted the first row as header in this table. If I go to the people table, I have the same issue here as well, right? And I want to promote the first row as header for people table also. So click on this first row as header, and this will promote to the header, right? So the first row of the call of the data is now promoted as a header. This is kind of a common issue when you load the data from Excel. Your users gave you the Excel, your business users give you the Excel, and there are some formatting issues in the Excel. So sometimes you can handle it this way. Of course, you can do all these things directly into the Excel in your source also, but our point here is to learn or to explore doing these things from the Power BI. Okay, good for now. Now I have another column here, like the column you see region, right? In this region column, right, I have all the unique values, right? But in case if there is a duplicate value coming here, or if you have a doubt that you may have a duplicates in future, and you want to avoid having the duplicate data in this table based on the region column, then you can remove duplicates. Selecting the region column, you can go to the remove rows. Under the remove rows, you have some options, right? There is an option called remove duplicates. You can hit this button, remove duplicates, and duplicates will be removed. If there is any duplicate, that will be removed. Or if in future any duplicate comes in this, that will be removed from the data for this table. But currently, I'm removing the duplicate based on one single column. If you want to remove duplicate based on the combination of two columns, then same way we can do it. Let me undo this step first. And I will select both the columns, region and person. Press Control and select more than one column. And now I want to remove duplicates based on the matching values of these two columns. So selecting two columns, I will go remove rows and remove duplicates. So now whenever region and person name is same and it is getting another value, that will be removed by default. And whatever the transformation options you are adding here, all these will get executed on your new data automatically. Right? So you are just transforming, preparing this data once. Going forward, all these operations will be automated. Okay. So I give you a few seconds, just try to promote the first row as header for people and returns, and try to remove the duplicates. It's there on the remove rows and remove duplicates. Try using this. Meanwhile, Indra, I saw your question that you have Power BI Desktop on your computer. Is there a need for me to download onto a different computer for the purpose of this class? It's up to you, however you want to manage doing the practice hands-on, right? So if you want to use it on your one machine or another machine, that's, I think it's up to you, right? However you want to manage it. Right. So I just explained how to remove duplicate from this table. If you want, you can remove from the other tables, right? And whatever the operations we are learning here, these purely depends on requirements. I'm just showing you which button is doing what. Okay. In practical scenarios, it will purely depends on the requirements. All right, Mohammed, it's fine just to remove duplicates from the people only for now, but if needed, we can remove it from the other tables as well. Okay. Now I'm going to the orders table. In orders table, scroll this data all the way right. And here I saw there are some extra columns, right? And I would say useless columns coming, testing, testing 2, testing 3, right? Sometimes you may have Excel coming from your users where there are some columns are not needed. You have done all that analysis first, like what data, what columns needed. And if you found some columns which you will not be using anywhere, then it's always a best practice to remove the unnecessary columns. So these are the necessary columns. Let me select these columns here. Press Control and select the header of the columns, and I will remove these. You can right click here and remove columns. Remove columns. Remove columns will just remove these 3 columns. There is another option also below this, remove other column. That will keep only these 3 and will remove the other columns. So please choose carefully. So I want to remove columns, select the 3 columns and remove columns. So those 3 columns have been removed. But whenever you are doing any kind of transformations or adding, removing something here, it doesn't make any impact on your source data, right? It doesn't mean that these columns have been removed from your Excel source file also. No, there is no impact on the source data. Source data remains unchanged. You are just reading the data in Power BI, and the data copy you got in Power BI, you are just preparing, you are transforming that. Right? Power BI cannot write back anything to source. Power BI just can read the data. It's a one-way communication. Power BI cannot write back these things to your Excel. But of course, if this clean data we need in Excel, then there is a different way to export it. I will show you. So we remove those extra columns. Now, when I'm doing these different operations here, behind the scene, Power BI is capturing everything in a script. Although we don't need any programming knowledge, we don't write any code here in this, doing these transformation. That's the beauty of this Power Query. Whatever the transformations you want, you can just do few clicks, drag drops and all, and your data will get transformed easily. But behind the scene, Power BI is capturing everything into a script, in a code. And that code you can see here in this formula bar. For this particular step, you can see this is the formula. This is the code, correct? This code is called M script. M for mashup, right? Microsoft generally kept it, with this name. Its complete name of this query is data mashup query, but in short, it is called as M query. So this M query you see here, this is generated automatically in the backend of Power BI. We don't need to write this. We don't need to modify this, right? This is just FYI that behind the scene, everything is converted into the code. Power BI is doing it. We don't need to do anything. But this query is editable. And let me show you in what cases it will become handy. You don't need to do this step. I'm just showing you. For example, by mistake, I removed the order priority column. I removed order priority column by mistake. Don't do this, just understand on my screen. I removed order priority column and now I realized, I removed it by mistake. I need that column back. So one option is that you undo the whole step and then redo those things, whatever was there, right? If I undo this step, then what will happen? I undo that step, then I got everything back. So I will just keep these columns selected. I will not select this. So it's, a little time consuming. Let's say while removing column, order priority column was deleted by mistake, and I want that column back. So rather than deleting the whole step, I will go to that steps M script here, and I will just edit this. This is not for the beginners. Beginners should avoid modifying this script. Better you just undo the whole step. It will take hardly few seconds extra, but you will be on a safer side. But once you will have a better experience going forward, you can modify this code directly. It's editable. I will remove this order priority with comma and will press enter. And I got this order priority column back here, right? Now, behind the scene, Power BI is preparing the script for all the steps. This query, what you see, this is for the selected step. But if I want to see the query of all the steps, for that, we can go to Advanced Editor. Under the home ribbon, we have Advanced Editor. If I click on this, this will show me a lot of code. And as I will be doing more steps, then I will see more lines of the code here, right? I don't want to kind of give you that feeling there is lots of code and all. You don't need to write this. This is all generated by Power BI in the backend. Question can be from your side, is there a way to use this code somewhere? Is there any benefit of having this code here? Yes, we can reuse this code in creating some other data models. How? I will show with some other examples. For now, just FYI, whatever the operation you are doing here in the Power Query Editor, you are just doing the clicks and all, right? You don't need any coding knowledge and all, but behind the scene, Power BI is generating everything in a code format, and that is called M script. Okay, just FYI. Okay. Now, the next thing is, we did these some of the transformations here, right? If you look at this profit column, right? Sometimes the number columns you have, those columns or those values may have somewhere up to 2 decimal places, somewhere up to 4 decimal places, right? So to maintain the consistency, right, of all the number formatting, we can round up the values, and it's very much needed. Generally, our values or dollar values or amount should appear up to 2 decimal places. So we have few options here to round this. Like I can right click on this profit, and you all will do this. So right click on the profit column. There you see transform tab. Under the transform, you have a couple of options like round, absolute, and all. Under the round, you see round, round up, round down. I choose round up. Right. When I choose round up, means all the decimal part is gone. It's just showing you rounded up values. But if I want to see the decimal part as well, then first I will have to undo this step. And what I'll do, I will again go here, transform round. Instead of round up, I will choose round only. When I choose round, then it is asking me that specify here how many decimal places you want. I want up to 2 decimal places rounding. So I'll just put here 2, up to 2 decimal places rounding will come here. Got it? So these kind of transformation options are available for your number columns like profit, cost, amount, and discount, all these columns, right? And you should maintain the consistency like everywhere showing 2 decimal places, not like somewhere it's showing 2 decimal place, somewhere 3, somewhere 4, right? Your business users won't like this kind of formatting. Got the point? Let me show it once again. I undo the step. So profit column having multiple decimal places. I want to round it up to 2 decimal places. So I right click on the profit and then go to transform round. Under the round, choose the round option. And when I choose the round option, it asks me that how many decimal places you want to keep. I want up to 2 decimal places. Just put 2 here and click OK. So now all numbers in profit column up to 2 decimal places. Correct? Even we can add the currency symbol and a lot of other things. We will learn those things gradually. Done this thing. Okay. Good, thank you. Now, there is another important thing. When you did this round up here, right, then you might have a question, or maybe in some other steps, you might have a question like, is there a way to write some kind of short notes or write some comments or do some kind of a documentation here? Documentation is a very important part of any successful project, right? So better documentation will lead your projects right towards the success direction more quicker. I have noticed many projects where there is nothing documented, where there is nothing properly, requirements were not properly documented. Even there was no design document, there were no standards or no kind of the documentation best practices followed in the project. So these kind of things are not good for the project, right, or to support in a long run. So if I want to write some documentation or some comment on this step, I can right click here and go to properties. Right click on this step and properties. And here I have a description to write this. So maybe I can write some description, just for example, like I had a meeting with the sales manager and they wanted to see up to 2 decimals, right? So I can write these notes here so that maybe after 1 month or after 6 months, maybe me or my team members are going to this model, so they will have this understanding. So I just added that comment here. And now this step is having this eye icon, information icon. When somebody hovers on it, it tells you that a step documentation. It means it was based on the sales manager request. There will be some filters you will be applying going forward. So better to add the documentation that why and what you did here. It will be good for supporting these kind of models or these kind of projects by other team members as well. Correct? Correct. So right click on this step and go to the properties, and there is a description where you can write your notes, you can write the documentation. Documentation helps a lot. Okay. So try to write a documentation and see if that appears or not, or you can modify also same way. Done. Okay, good. Thanks, everyone. Perfect. Good. All right. Another important point here is related to best practices. Best practice says that your column name and the table names should follow the right naming conventions. Means the column names which you added here, the table names you have, or the column names you have, these should have the proper names. Not like this was the column name, but it has order priority data, but somebody has written it here, it like OP. What does OP means? Order priority. But why are you doing these kind of things? Maybe these column names are coming from your Excel. So while the column names coming from Excel, so you should ask these valid questions to your users. Hey, there is a column called OP. What's the full form of this? This is order priority. Okay, so just rename that here, right? So do not keep your column names like some in the short forms, or do not keep like unnecessary namings here like underscore like that, right? I noticed the column names are not properly formatted. If you will have these kind of column names, then it will take a lot of time for you while doing the data visualization. You will be going to every visual and changing it manually. To save the time, better you save or you keep your column names here at this time when you are preparing this data. So column names and table names must be accurate as per the data availability in these columns. Make sense? So follow the naming conventions. All right, so now let me just load these changes of the data what I did. I click on close and apply. When I click on close and apply, whatever the recent changes I did in my data, all these will get loaded to the Power BI desktop. So click close and apply and load this data to Power BI desktop. And after loading this data, you can go to the table view again. And from the table view, you can see all this now: returns having a proper columns, people having a proper column headers. In orders table, I don't have those, extra columns which were coming earlier. I don't have those columns now. Profit column is having the right formatting up to 2 decimal places. Make sense? So this data cleaning, data transformation is very important part, which we do in the Power Query Editor. And that's the very first step, very first task right after loading the data in Power BI. All right, so I believe you loaded this data. Now let's save this file. Although the file was already saved, right? File was already saved. So just hit the save button, or you can press shortcut Control S. So whatever the recent changes I made, all this now has been saved in my Power BI desktop, right? In my source, in my file, which I have here. So the latest data I have saved here. Got it? Okay, so I take a pause for any questions, queries you have. Okay, I see you are getting some error. Okay, so please go ahead one by one. Questions related to the things what I did so far in today's class. Devesh, you are not audible, Devesh. Please check your microphone. Deepak, any question?
Sir, now I'm audible.
There is some, some disturbance, some weird noises coming from your microphone. Please try to adjust that, or maybe if you are using any headphone or something, try to remove or readjust that, please.
Sir, now?
Yeah, now better.
Sir, the error is coming that one of the loaded queries contain errors. 51,000 rows loaded, but the rows are 49,000.
Okay, so, and you did the same thing what I was explaining, or you did additional clicks here and there?
No, sir, the same thing, but the 2,000 extra rows are loaded.
Okay, hold on that error screen. I'll come back to the screen. Okay, just keep that screen as it is.
Okay, sir.
Deepak, do you have a question? You're raising hand.
So my postal code values are blank.
Okay, that's fine. Everybody's was blank, and we replaced the blank to NA.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Like, how do I do that in transform data?
Right click on the postal code column, and then you will see replace values.
So I just write NA over there.
Let me show. First of all, you need to change the postal code column data type. What is the data type of the column here? You see before the column name, you see 1, 2, 3 or ABC?
I just a moment.
Okay, take your time to prepare your screen. Next question, meanwhile, please.
It says 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, change the data type then. Click on this icon and choose text ABC.
Okay.
Okay. And then right
Yeah.
click on the postal code header on the column name, postal code, right click and replace values.
Right. What do you replace? So,
And then what to replace? Null, just write in a small case null, NULL, and replace it with any. And click OK.
right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Done.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, next
Thanks.
question, please. Any other facing any issue, any other question?
Yeah, just have a question regarding the remove duplicates.
Mm-hmm.
How is it possible that only one column you can remove duplicates? You can only remove duplicates out of an entire table, right?
Depends. Ideally, we remove duplicates on the entire table or selecting all the columns. But sometimes, let's say, I don't care about the other columns. I want to keep the first one in the sequence which is coming, and rest all just should be removed. So we have the flexibility. You can remove based on a single column, based on two columns, based on multiple columns, or based on all the columns, right? But in practical cases, mostly we remove duplicates based on the key column. Let's say you have an employee ID. There are two records coming from employee for the same employee, right? So maybe you want to remove duplicates based on a two matching column like order, employee ID, and updated date, right? So this way you will have to modify or remove, avoid having the duplicates in your data, or you can remove it based on the selection of all the columns.
Okay.
Right. There are two things, guys. One is I'm just showing you all buttons, features, what these are doing, which is recommended, which is most common practice in day-to-day projects. But again, maybe you have a different scenario or a different use case. So accordingly, you will take that decision. Okay? It's not like always, if somebody's thinking that always we should replace the nulls to NA. No. I was just explaining you how to replace values if needed. It would be your decision while working in a project that do you want to keep the nulls as it is, or do you want to replace the nulls? You will discuss these right questions to your business user. Say postal code having the null. Do you want to see null or something else? So they may say, keep the null. So you don't need to do anything. Then they can say, wherever null is coming, just show their missing data. So you can just replace the null with the missing data. So it depends. It's not like always you just go blindly with all the nulls you're replacing with NA. Why? Because we saw in a training. No, purely depends on your decision making while working as a developer in the projects. You will have more experiences, right? More projects going forward here. So you will have better understanding. Just FYI. Okay, any other question, guys? Okay, one more thing. That's all for today, what we did. I want you all to just load this data in the Power BI desktop and save your work. Go to file and save it, right? And
Sir, I
save
have
just
one
close
doubt.
this. Just one small thing I want to share. Whatever I explained today in this Power Query, Power BI desktop, I want you all to start doing practicing and explore the things from your side as well. I'm not going to cover any new topic now. We have 8-9 minutes left. I want to address some of your questions. What we did today, please practice on this if you get time. It would be better if you practice. If you just try to mimic the same things again, it will give you better understanding of the tool, of the interface of all these buttons. So you will be able to catch everything quickly in tomorrow's session. If you want to do practice, if you will not turn on the Power BI, after the class, you won't do some self-practice, then it would be a little challenging for you to digest some advanced features tomorrow. So I will be explaining you the things, I will be teaching you these things, then it should be your part to at least sit down with Power BI for 1 hour and try to explore, try to digest, practice on it. People, those who don't do practice, who just completely rely on practicing in the sessions, will struggle in the upcoming advanced features. So just want to caution you guys a little bit here. Practice is needed from your side. Okay. All right. So if anybody wants having any question, queries, please feel free to unmute one by one and ask.
Before I go, what is the assignment or homework?
Quiz 1 of the module 1 and the practice of all the thing what we did.
Okay. Which is in class 2 or class 1?
Quiz 1. Quiz 1
1
is in module 1.
Okay, module 1. Okay, thank you.
All right, next
Yeah,
question.
Mayank,
Yes, yes, Abhijit.
Yeah, Mike, I've got a couple of questions here. As we had spoken day before yesterday, that I have already done the first module, so I'm not going to again repeat the first module, this homework, right?
If you've already completed, then you don't have any action.
Okay. And second question is, how much time does it take to upload this entire training session so that we can
Around
practice
4
it?
hours.
4 hours, all right. Because I was doing the same thing what you were showing, but in between suddenly I got lost. So
Yeah, so just take a
yeah.
break, coffee, rest a little bit, and recording will be available in your portal.
Yes, that will be great. Great help. And we cannot download these recordings, right, for future
No,
reference.
no. For future reference, you will have this portal as it is for lifetime.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so after 10 years also, you can log into this portal and watch your records.
Oh, all right. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Next question, please.
Sir?
Yes.
Mayank, for a
सर जो इशू आ रहा था ना वो कि 2000 एक्स्ट्रा लॉस आ रही थी तो सर उसमें ना मैंने क्या किया था कि राउंड पहले जो राउंड अप किया था तो राउंड अप करने से पहले राउंड अप वाला डिलीट नहीं किया था इसलिए आया था
Okay, so you didn't change the data type.
तो ना जैसे मैंने राउंड अप किया उसके बाद राउंड ऑफ करने से पहले राउंड अप वाला डिलीट नहीं किया था
Okay, correct. So yeah, that needs to be deleted first. So you fixed error by your own.
Yes.
Good. I appreciate it. That's what I expect you guys, right? So learning is one thing, but try to do the things. Try to brainstorm it from your side as well, right? Because that's what we want at the end of the day to become independent developer. Yes, Kritika.
Hello, yeah, hi. Actually, I have March 2025 version of Power BI. So
March
do
25.
yeah.
March, April, May. Which is fine. You can start practicing, not a blocker, but you may end up with a issue going forward. Like I will be sharing the files, but you won't be able to open it because mine was developed in upper version and you have a lower version. So those PBIX files will not be supported in your Power BI desktop. So for that reason, if possible for you, please upgrade the version of Power BI desktop, install the latest one.
Okay, so do I need to uninstall the old one and then reinstall the
Yes.
fresh one?
Reinstall the fresh one from Microsoft Store.
Okay, so then after that, I have to do the data transformation process we did today again.
Correct.
Okay.
No, that file you have already saved. You saved your file today, right?
Yes.
So same file you will double click and that will open in your new version automatically. You don't need to do it. Whatever the work you have saved in this file, right? Think about it like Excel, right? You have created some Excel work, but you upgrade your Excel, so it doesn't mean that your old work has gone. No, you have those files. These will automatically you can open in the upper version anytime.
Okay.
But for practicing purpose, if you want to quickly do it once again for your own clarity, you can.
Okay, fine. And one more thing, like you told about removing duplicates from the columns. So actually, I have a confusion in that. Like, if we select one column, then it will remove duplicates from that column. And if we select two columns, then duplicates from both the columns will be deleted. Like if they are
Duplicates will be removed for the entire row. But based on the one column selection or two column selection or three column selection, that depends on you.
Okay, from the entire row.
Yes.
Okay.
Indra, I saw your message that it was you were a little behind doing practice. Please try having the look of the recording. Pause the recording as per your convenience and do all the things what we did today. If any doubt, any further question you have to discuss with me, just let me know in tomorrow's class, correct? And I would suggest this to everybody, right? Even those who were able to practice today, please again go through the recording and try to do the same thing without any help, because today I was helping you. Today you were just following me, but I want you to write down these steps that I will load this data and I will try to do these things by own. Correct? So this way create these kind of small or short challenges for you on and then practice. Correct? So Indra, practice on it and let me know tomorrow. Okay, how it goes.
Mayank, as you said in the starting, that if you download it from the Microsoft website, so it will get automatically update. So we have my version now, and as we heard from
Yeah,
the
when you
Pundit,
update the
version is
Windows,
also there.
correct. Update the Windows. Make sure your Windows are getting updated on the regular intervals, right? So when your
Whenever
Windows will
will
get
update
updated.
it will update it automatically.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. But there is no option like in the mobile phone we have an app on the apps we have option of update. There is no option of like that, right?
You have that option, but not needed, right? I'm not saying you like Microsoft pushed the update at 11 o'clock. You immediately update it 11 o'clock. It's fine. You can update it next in one day. It will automatically update it. Right? You have an option, although you can go to Play Store and install that way you will get it, but it's not that kind of I would say any kind of these. I mean, it's not any emergency that we need to right now. It will be get updated automatically in just 24 to 48 hours. 24 to 48 hours, it will get updated automatically.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Mayank,
That's the benefit of having this installation from the Microsoft Store. Avoid doing the manual updates every month.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah, next question, please.
Mayank, for a row, if we make 3 changes, change 1, 2, and 3, and delete the first change, what will happen to change 2 and 3? Will they get affected?
Depends. If that first step was having the dependency on your subsequent steps on the second and third, then you will have error. If your first step is not having any dependency on the further or the downward steps, then nothing will cause no impact.
Okay, and my second question, like when we delete the duplicates, can we know how many duplicate values are deleted? The number of the duplicate
Yes,
values
good
deleted.
question. Good question. I will cover it in tomorrow's class by default. Even before removing duplicate, if you want to see what are the duplicate, we have these kind of features. We will cover that.
Okay.
Yeah. Charles, I saw your question that you will be out of country next week for your business and you are unable to join the sessions. You will be going through the recordings once you're back, which is fine. Just drop a message on the support team, like mention your reason, right? Like drop an email or just create a support ticket, inform the team that hey, I'm traveling for business and we'll be back and then we'll complete all my pending quizzes and homework. Okay, no issues, no impact. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you tell me how to load the data in Power BI desktop?
Okay, in desktop, you have a get data option. From there, you can load the data in Power BI desktop. Let me share my screen here. Under the home ribbon, you have this get data option. You can see choose
Okay.
Excel workbook.
Yeah.
This is what we
Okay.
did today.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Kajal, I saw your question. Can you please repeat the steps after roundup? After rounding up, we just loaded the data. Right. After doing the roundup, we clicked on the close and apply button under the home ribbon. We have this close and apply. Click on this and data will get loaded to the Power BI desktop and then save it. Just press Control S and save your data. That's what we did. Is it clear, Kajal, Karan? Yeah. Next question, please. Bhaskar, seeing your question, can you share a same data sheet? I have shared it a couple of times, guys. It's there in your LMS portal as well. All the dataset folder which I'm using and I'll be using going forward, it's all there in the LMS portal under module 2. And I can share it once again, right? I'm sharing it once again in the chat. Please download it and save it in your machine. These datasets will be using in going forward classes also. So Bhaskar, download it from the chat. Clear? Next question, please.
Mayank, I've got a question.
Yes.
Hi, this is Abhijit. I've got a question here. Like in the same system, like where we have loaded the Power BI desktop, does the SQL also support in the same system, or that will take more space and it's recommended to do it in some other system?
So regarding to SQL, first of all, we have a practical module for it, module 6. But whatever we are doing it in Power Query, if we know SQL, we can do it on the SQL side also, even which is recommended, right? To keep all your data transformation, data processing to the source side, to the SQL side, will give you better performance. But if somebody who doesn't know the SQL and all, then you can create a connection, load that SQL data in Power BI, and in Power BI you can do everything by just doing the clicks. No need to write any code.
Okay. No. What I wanted to understand is that on the same laptop, which has got the required configuration for Power BI, can a person load, for SQL? Yep.
You can. That's what I was saying. We have this
Okay.
session in module 6.
Okay. Okay. And what I understood, I mean, in short, if I can just summarize that, Power Desktop is like, to first upload the data in Gate Data, and after that, whatever changes we do, that's in the editor part, and then again we load
Correct.
back into the Power Desktop, right?
That's right.
Okay. So the sequence is like this itself.
That's the right sequence. Although there are many other hidden things which we will uncover in upcoming classes.
Right. All right. Thank you.
Shana, you were getting a question that rounding down and rounding up, removal all decimal place. So you should choose round only, not round up, not round down, just only round. So undo the last step, Shana, and then choose only round.
Okay, got it. And meanwhile, I found another way to do it as well through the fixed decimal. So it got restricted to 2 decimals.
Perfect. Good exploration. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey Mayank,
yeah,
I was just doing the quizzes and just wondering, is there any pass mark or any accuracy percentage?
90%.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
90% is the passing criteria for the quizzes, and I think you get 2 or 3 attempts as well.
Okay, got it.
Can you send me the same datasheet, whatever you telling us?
I sent right now in the chat. Ask her. You can download.
Actually, I checked, but it is a different sheets is available. That's it.
No, it's same. I sent a dataset folder. If you download the folder, open that folder. Inside that folder, you will find the same files.
I'll check.
Yeah. Vrushal, I saw your question. Can we get the data from 2 online systems? We can. We can get data from multiple systems in one single file. We will do these kind of things going forward. Right. Vrushal.
Hey, man.
Yeah. Yes.
I have a different question on the side. Like, I just wanted to understand that since we completed module 2, right? We didn't complete it entirely. We'll be continuing it tomorrow. So we'll be taking extra classes in case this goes, overboard.
But who said that every day we will complete a module?
No, I was just asking, like, will that classes be like taken extra in that case, because it showed on the portal only 21.
I didn't get your question fully. Sorry. Say that again. Simplify it, please.
No, it just says on the portal, right? 21 modules. So, like, not sure if those are just 21 classes or just like.
No, not those. Leave it. Those are just 21 chapters for you.
Okay.
Some chapters, some lessons we will cover in 2 days. Some lesson we will cover in 3 days. Some lesson we will cover in just few minutes or few hours.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Hi, just want to check that we connect these systems. So is it will it be connected through APIs or how is it? Like, and will
through
that topic
API,
be
through
covered
database connections, we will cover API part.
Okay, so we have the topic covered. Okay.
Yes, we have.
Okay.
Right, for quiz, 90% is the passing marks.
Yes. Any last minute question from anyone, please?
This recording of the classes will be available by like how soon?
Around like 4 hours. Around in 4 hours.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Akansha, your question is you are not able to find the quiz in your LMS portal. Please reach out to the support team. If there is any issue in your LMS portal, if that is not properly set up, then they will fix it. So just create a support ticket, Akansha, okay, and they will help you out.
Hi, can you show round down also?
Round down.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have a value called 9.26 and you want to round up this. So what will be the result? 9.26. Round up. Or let me do one thing. Let's say you have the value as 9.74, right? You want to round up. So round up means it will be 10, right? Because 0.7 is considered as like it is you are rounding it up to the 10. This is round up. If you say round down means it will avoid this. Round down is just 9. It will avoid the decimal parts.
Okay.
Right? And round means in round you will have an option to set up to 1 decimal or 2 decimal or 3 or 4.
Okay. So this concept is same as it works in Excel, round up, round down.
Concept is same everywhere. Sum, minus, multiply, divide, these will remain same everywhere throughout the world. Round up, round down will remain same throughout all the tools, right, in the entire world. It won't change. Just the buttons of the screens are changing. Concepts are same.
Okay. Thank
Right?
you.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir,
So yes.
I have one question. Suppose whenever I am applying for the Power BI job, because I am already working in Power BI, but want to explore, that's why I joined the coaching, right? I want to earn the certificate. So whenever I am applying, they are asking Power BI SQL. I have, right? But what is SSAS, double SIS? What are
SAS.
these things? Yeah. So
These
because
these are the additional analytical tools, right? SSAS is a SQL Server Analysis Services, and SSIS is a ETL tool, SQL Server Integration Services. So those are altogether different tools or
so we
data
had covered
analytics.
something in this class, right?
No,
Because
that is a different topic, different book, right?
okay.
If you are in the
So
maths class, then the only maths topics we will be discussing. We will not discuss social studies or geography, right? Here we
okay.
will discuss only Power BI, not other
So,
tools.
sir, what will be the good thing for me? Because I have skills in Excel, VBA, SQL Server, and in Power BI I'm already working, but not at advanced level. Hope I will learn from here, right? And
Yes.
after that, what will be the good thing for me that I want to grow in this same profile?
I
I
won't
have
suggest
10 plus.
SSAS, SSIS because those are the outdated tools now, right? If some
Okay.
company already implemented, they are just supporting, but those are outdated tools. These came 20 years ago. I would suggest then go with the Tableau. That is another option for you to grow in this field. Or if you love little bit programming, then go with the Python, right? That will open up the new doors for you to explore predictive analytics, to explore data science or Gen AI scope going forward in your career.
Okay, because I have 10 plus years of experience in profile.
Yeah,
Okay.
so which is fine.
Okay, so after that, Tableau will be better option, right? And then
Tableau is better. I can suggest Tableau is better. Python is also better. Or you can explore some, some predictive analytics tools. Like you can learn Alteryx, you can learn NIME also. You can learn some AI tool, Data IQ. There are many paths after this, right?
okay, okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, guys, that's all from my side for today. Hope you learned, enjoyed today's session. Let's continue in tomorrow's class to learn and explore more. Have a good day. Good night. See you in tomorrow's class. Bye bye. Take care.